Hey there, everyone. It's Kim, and you're going to see a video that I shot yesterday live during the New Zealand interest rate announcement. And there's a couple things that I just want you to focus on. One, notice how long it took me to actually get into a trade. And that's because price was swinging and the spreads were going all over the place. And number two, I didn't get the whole move, and the move was really big. I got a bite out of it. And sometimes that's what you have to do. And I was very happy that I was even able to get a little chunk out of it. Sit back, enjoy the video. It's short, of course, they always are, and I will see you on the other side. Hey there, it's Kim Crumpus from the Price Action Traders Institute, and it is 5 minutes before 6 p.m. here on Tuesday, March 26th. We have the New Zealand interest rate announcement about to come out at the top of the hour, and I thought I would shoot a quick video, see if I can get into any kind of trade, if there is a trade available, and just walk you through my thinking in that trade. All right, so let's go ahead and go out to the charts. All right, so we just have just under 2 minutes on this pair right here, and you can see that price is starting to move a little bit, probably in anticipation of whatever that news might be. And I've also added the New Zealand yen just to watch that as well. And you should be able to see that on your charts too. The spread is widening a little bit on this. Let's go back to the New Zealand dollar. And we have just a minute and a half. I'll be back once the news comes out. Okay, so, whoa, look at the spread. No way I can get into this move yet. I have to wait until the spread normalizes, if it's going to. Whoa, now it's even up at 19. So just not seeing much chance yet of getting into a move, so I'll just wait. Let's jump over to the New Zealand yen. That one, the spread is still high also. Starting to slow down a bit. Whoa, and then jumping. Again, notice the spread is jumping. It's as high as 19. It dropped down to 2, and then it's kind of all over. So I'm going to hold off here. There's no rush to get into the trade. I want to make sure I do it according to my plan. It's the spread is still jumping all over the place. I'm going to wait till it actually hangs out, if it does. Around the, if it gets down to the 2 or the 1.5 area. Okay, now we're seeing some 1s, seeing some 2s. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sell this. I'm going to quickly put a 10 pip stop in. See what happens. Let's jump over to the New Zealand yen. This one has also slowed down, so I'm going to go ahead and put a sell order in on this, or actually execute a sell. And I'm going to use a 12 pip stop on this one. Well, let's go down here. I want to go ahead and target down here at, I'm going to go ahead and leave it down here, or move it to 67.80 if this pushes. It could push right through the big figure at 00. New Zealand yen, I'm going to go ahead and push it down into 75 even. Let's see what happens. Notice how the spread has now calmed down and the price swings have slowed as well. All right, and I will be back with an update. All right, we have just under a minute now remaining, and I've actually moved my target up here on this one. And if this one hits, it will be plus 26 pips. And on the New Zealand yen, also, I moved my target up to this, or my limit up to this first target here at 75.20. So we'll see if both of these hit their target. And this one will have plus 24. So that'll be a total of 50 pips if both these trades hit their targets. All right, so we're about halfway through the next candle, and you can see there's been a little bit of a pullback, which is typical, especially after such a big move. This dropped, what, 107 pips, and the New Zealand yen dropped almost 120 pips. And again, I moved my targets to these first levels just to see if price would tag them. And I'm looking for price to drop through this previous low on the actual news candle and then just drop right into those levels. I'll be back with an update. Hey, all right, guys, I had to jump out and go to dinner, so I'm just coming back now and checking my screens. You should see the New Zealand dollar in front of you. And one thing I want to point out is I left my 10 pip stop in. You can see it right there. It's a little dashed red line. And I was willing to lose 10 pips on this trade. Here was my entry point, and here you can see that my limit was hit. And if you recall from earlier in this video, I said I went for 26 pips down to our target level. And that hit very nicely at 0.0. Let's go ahead and jump over to the New Zealand yen. And this trade also out with this one. But first, let's take a look. I left also right here, hard to see, so that's why I'm pointing it out. I left my 12 pip stop on while I went to dinner. Was prepared to lose 12 pips on this trade. And this one came out with plus 24. So on both of these trades, I got 26 on the New Zealand dollar and 24 on this one for a total of plus 50 pips. And you can see that right down here. If you look at this down here, in the box below, you'll see the New Zealand yen, the price I sold it at, and the price that I was filled at on a limit. And then you see this one for plus 26.2 or 3, whatever it was. All right. So that's it. Hopefully this helped you. When you look at news, you have to have a strategy. It's not necessarily that you need a plan, but you have to have a strategy to actually trade red news events. They're different than just planning a trade and looking for entries and exits. All right. So thanks for listening. And I hope this gives you some motivation to learn how to trade news, or at least come up with a red news trading strategy. If you don't have one, please check us out at our website at priceactiontradersinstitute.com. And thanks again for listening. Have a good night. I will see you tomorrow in the markets.